So I've been fortunate enough to come to Columbus and get to see family, but I'm going to do a little bit more of that throughout the month of October, and at the end, I'm going to do a Motown Christmas in Sarasota, Florida, on into the new year, so I'm really excited about that. And I hope our paths cross again, because as Sydney said, we really have become family. It's been great working with the four of you.
I'm just kind of ready to see, what's in store for me. I personally work on like my original music, and I perform outside of musical theater around Columbus. So I definitely plan on continuing to do that, put my music out, stream it, City Artbreaks, okay. But so that's really my next focus, and whatever opportunity musical theater comes along, I'll be glad to take that.
For real, I don't know. You do the thing, you audition. I'm trying so hard to move to New York. I've been working like a dog. I've been working like a dog. So that's the next thing. Hopefully October. So wish me luck, y'all. Yeah, but I definitely hope our paths cross again. Some of you live in New York. Some of y'all from here. So I'm from here. So I'll be back. And yeah, whatever Short Man Stage has in store, I love it here, so we'll be back. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen for y'all.
Yeah, I definitely can say that I know for a fact our paths will cross at some point. Sydney's are started with little baby back there, the baby shower, so it's just crazy how this world cycles itself around, so I know this is not the end at all. What's to come? Who knows? Like I said, it's been 10 years before I stepped on the stage again, which was my first love. So it's so nice and refreshing to be back. I just don't think this is the end, so we'll see.
It's not. I do a lot of these regional gigs, and I'm so grateful because I get to go see so many different communities all around the country, but also I get to meet these extraordinary artists. Like, truly, you guys are phenomenal, and I can tell you guys that you guys ain't getting rid of me. Prepare to be sick of me. And truly, for what's next, honestly, my life is very just cutting loose and fast. But for now, I know that in October I have to head to Kansas because my college just opened a new music conservatory, and they're naming one of the practice rooms after me.
So matter of fact. It was like one of the
20,000 followers.
Kansas Wesleyan.
Everybody seems to have such vibrant, animated personalities, and I just wanted to know, in each performance, how much is improvised and how much do you just stick to it?
Yeah, how much do you stick to my notes?
I'll start off that I'm honest. In that 10 years, I took a lot of more of improv on the fly kind of performing, and so that works best in my wheelhouse to do. So that was fun for me versus Lisa being do the same thing every night, which I know stressed her out. But I appreciate her believing in me to finagle every now and then.
Yeah, I'm right here with Isaac. I already told everybody in casting, I said, sorry, but y'all getting scammed, because I am not acting at all. Charlene is me, I am Charlene, and I'm so happy to have this
because you learn the show. Obviously, we have to learn the show, but as you grow into your character and get more comfortable, you just kind of you kind of make you make your own choices, you fill in the space, and yeah, you just kind of grow that character with the improv. So it's 50-50 for sure.
I think we're all elevated characters of ourselves, for sure. On stage. Yeah.
I think for me personally, what the cool thing about this is that for one, all of you guys, but as well as my character, remind me of people that I've known all my life. People that I grew up with, went to cookouts with. I know me personally, I'm my old black uncle. He's always he's trying to play spades. That's my uncle, and I love him to death. And I think of him the entire show. I'm just man, and it makes me so excited to be that when I grow up too, because I know I'm gonna be a fun black old black man, and I can't wait. So yeah, it's a little bit 50-50.
So Ayla, this is just for you, but this is for everybody actually. But Ayla, I'm gonna come directly to you. So in Black and Blue, I saw the uniqueness. Everybody was so serious, such a serious topic. But I really noticed after, because you had to keep acting too. But I saw you personally. You don't have to answer if it's too personal. But I saw when you sat down, you were wiping tears too. So what touched you right there, and why?
Honestly, usually when I sing Mean to Me and Black and Blue, I usually stare in one space. I try not to look at people, because it makes me nervous. But today, I made the mistake, and I looked around a little bit, and I think seeing how everyone else was being affected by the words we were singing, it got me. And then I can hear everyone else and the passion in what they're singing, and that got me today as well. Yeah. Sometimes it gets me. But yeah, today was one of those days. Thank you for noticing.
She did.
Oh!
Quick question for Charlene. It blew me away when you did your somersault and your split. Do you have a gymnastics background?
No, ma'am. I have a buck wild background. I have a hyperactivity background. I have a highly energetic background. And it was quite intimidating to learn that I was that I danced the most, because I don't, unfortunately, I don't have any training. I have on-the-job training. I have 9-day boot camp training. But thank you so much for that compliment. I had a lot of fun just acting a fool up there and doing flipping things. Thank you so much.
You should have seen. It was at one time, it was a front walkover, it was a back walkover. She just will bust out really anything and just land into a split. So you might come another night and see something else. Anything else for last one?
So I know that you have done research about this time period and everything, but for the rest of you, did you guys do research as you were going into the show, and what did you find, and did any particular people inspire you?
The Viper's drag. It's all across.
I think that, for one, yes, I did do a lot of research, but even what I'm more grateful for is that you guys were like literal fountains of knowledge about the show. Like, I was truly, blown away. I mean, I know it's your job to be, but like showing up and then you guys just being like, here. You know, like, did you actually know this? Like, this is why this song was made. It was so, like, thank you guys so much. But yeah, we all did our research, but a lot of it really just came from our amazing directors and yeah.
And I jump, but yes, definitely. And the nice thing is that all of our characters obviously are based on real people. So I don't know if any of the cast, I did look into Andre the Shields, and I've always known who he was, but getting to really research him helped a lot. Learning new phrases like the 1920s, like busting your conch. It sounds very vulgar. It's literally ruining your hair. Like, you know what I mean? So things like that, it was nice to get to delve into and feel that 1920s vibe.
He ruined his hair. Every night.
I'm so sorry.
Every night.
Thank you. I definitely did the same thing because we got so much of the history from our director. I looked a lot into Nell Carter and just was able to kind of formulate through her history of her life, kind of formulate my character. Because I think Tirsa was saying, these characters are based off of real people, but they're not necessarily. So I kind of made her.
There is a most interesting documentary, if you could remind me of the name of it, that you have. Joint is Jumpin'. It's about Fats Waller's music, and it's about his life, and it's about his son actually tells the story, and it was part of our homework to do. I'm one documentary buff, so I really love history, and I love learning about it, and so I really enjoy documentaries, and so it was a fortune to me to get to learn more and more in depth of what Fats Waller meant to American history, because of course I knew of him, but I didn't know how deeply he affected this world, actually, this culture and this world. So it was very interesting to get to do that research.
I also think that sometimes, like you said, all of these characters were based off of real people. All of them had like pretty illustrious careers.
Yeah.
Like I know Ken Page was like the Oogie Boogie Man in The Nightmare Before Christmas. And like just yeah, you're joking. Yeah, that was him. And Andy was old Deuteronomy in the original Cats. I was like, what? Blew my mind.
It's pretty cool.
This is the last question. I lied.
Okay, so. Oh, I thought I was going to say something. Okay, so with the boot camp, and you guys have to really learn this real quick. That's a testament, actually, to you guys in your craft, that you take it very seriously, because a lot of people can't do that. But by saying that, have you ever thought about with them gelling like that? Because you couldn't tell that it was just not. You would think they really spent a lot of time together. Outside of Columbus, though, have you ever thought about taking it further? No, please make it happen. I mean, they work great together. Like really, like what would it take?
And so that question for my woman was from Ms. Glover. I'm sorry, go ahead, Ms. Glover.
So the way I wish we could just ship them up on the road and take us and go. However, unfortunately, these people up here are very talented, and in order to, I'm sure they all have so many gigs. Well, you're going to Florida, you have your things, but in order to like book people out for that long, we would have to have so much donations to the theater, because we would need so much money. And really that's the reason that we don't, take things further or do longer runs, is because we have smaller budgets for smaller shows. So this is one of the smaller shows in the season, being that it's short, it's a 5-person show, and so it is one of the smaller budgets, and we did a great job with, what we have. But if we had the money, we would be here for 6 weeks and on the road. So donate to your local Short North Stage. Thank you guys so much for coming.